Well, hello, baseball fans, and welcome to this edition of the Paul Kino Lamar Viking Baseball Coaches Show. I'm Bill Frawley, and with me, as always, of course, is baseball coach Paul Kino. Coach, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I just pulled off the road in Crockett, Texas, and I got a little tongue tied there for the first time in a while. So, anyway.
It's all right. It's all good.
So, well, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to have our schedules match up to do this. So there's been a couple of series. We had Bowie last week, and so I don't know how far back you want to go and talk about some of the games and
We
some
can
of the
talk
things you're.
about Arlington High and Bowie because that's where we stopped at.
Okay, cool.
Oh, just Arlington High. We ended up getting swept. Game one was at our place. It was close. Um, Very tight ball game. We made a few mistakes, had opportunities to get some guys out that we didn't get out. I picked a guy off second base and we didn't get him out on the rundown. He ended up scoring. Made a couple mistakes where we, felt like, they're a good baseball team, not to take anything away from them, but we felt like we gave them 3 runs and we got beat 5-3. So if you take those runs away, plus there was a controversial call at home plate where I thought we were safe. We might win 4-2, but baseball's not that way. We made the mistakes and they cost us. And like I said, when you play a good team and you make mistakes, they're going to end up costing you. And second game was over at Arlington High, and they had a couple big innings. I don't want to say big, but they scored 3 in one, and then 2 in the next, and then from then on they didn't score any. We just couldn't generate any offense that night, and when we did, it was just too far between hits. A lot of it was with 2 outs, and we couldn't get that big hit.
And that was a rare thing to see that lower offensive production and stringing some hits together. Sorry to interrupt, but
No, no, no. You can interrupt anytime. It was just they're a good baseball team, and they got some good pitching. I thought we battled well. I thought beyond the mistakes, we played well. Uh, we just didn't come away with the victories. Um, Against Bowie, we went over there at Bowie and beat them 7-1. Felt good about Friday coming back to our place. Um, their pitcher threw a really good ball game. They ended up beating us 5-3 in extra innings. Their pitcher threw a really good ball game. We had 16 strikeouts. We got to find a way to put balls in play. I thought, we're taking some big cuts, and we needed to shorten our swing a little bit and really focus on getting our hands on top. We were hitting a lot of fly balls that night, and they're a good team. So they made all the outs, they made all the plays, and you gotta pat them on the back and congratulate them. Obviously, I thought we were nothing against it. I thought we were the better team, but you just go show you got to go out and you got to play. They took it to us, and we didn't answer like we needed to, and that's the beauty of baseball. Whenever you got to show up every single day and play the best baseball game you can play, and I don't feel like we did that Friday. Um, Obviously, I think we're a very good baseball team. Maybe I'm a little arrogant, maybe I'm a little cocky. I believe in my kids, and I just didn't think we played as good as we could have played. We didn't play ugly bad or anything, but we just did not play as good as we could have played. It seemed like our attitudes were very nonchalant. Um, we weren't up like when we played Martin and we won 3-2. We weren't up. We didn't feel like we were as focused as I don't want to say on edge. I don't know how to exactly put it, but how it is when you're really there. Emotionally, physically, and it felt like we were just, oh, we got this game. We got this game. And you can't do that against anybody. I don't care who they are. And Bowie's a sound team, and Isaiah Henderson threw a great ball game against us, and we just didn't get it done. So I give them all the credit, and we got to figure out a way to win ball games. And got SGP coming up. They're a good baseball team. Like I said, every time we step out on the field, I think we can win, and I think we should win. That's just my attitude. I believe in my kids, and I think we should win. Uh, SGP is a good baseball team. I think they feel the same way. Hopefully, I would hate for them if they didn't feel the same way as I do. But I expect to go. They're coming to our place tomorrow. I expect to win a big ball game. And I expect to go there on Friday over SGP and win another big ball game. Um, if you don't believe that you can win, you're not going to win. And I believe in our kids. I think we have a good team. Now we're gonna have to battle. We're gonna have to scratch and claw and fight. But if we do that, I think we'll win the baseball game.
Going back I do too. I believe this is one of the best teams I've seen at Lamar in a long time. And, you've been coaching longer than I've been doing what I do, but 16, 17 years, this is one of the best offenses for sure. And overall, not a whole lot of errors. I want to go back to go to pitching for a moment. We had that 11 inning marathon Friday night. So
Yeah.
you basically had two guys pitch almost complete games in a way, or
Yes.
1.5. How does that impact coming around to Tuesday and
Well,
stuff?
basically, obviously we can't throw either one of them because of pitch count. They threw too many. Both of them threw 90. So they can't throw on Tuesday. They threw too many pitches. So I mean, we've got Quesada going Tuesday, and hopefully he can go a long distance. And then, we have other options that we feel comfortable with that have done a good job for us throughout tournaments. So, we can bring McKay or we can bring a Rents. And I hate naming names because I'm probably going to leave somebody off.
Yeah.
But we got kids that are going to do the job for us, and I believe in them. And obviously, Ben did a great job Friday, and so did Luke. Their pitch counts were up, so we can't use them tomorrow. But somebody's going to step up. If Quesada doesn't go the whole game, somebody's going to step up and perform for us. They have all year.
Okay. All right. So what else are you looking at? Are y'all working on anything else in terms of positions, batting, hitting? Do y'all talk about something in particular after a couple of series and going into this? I guess this is the final series before playoffs, correct?
Oh yeah. We talk about everything. I mean, we always reevaluating. We evaluate at practice. We evaluate batting practice as it's going on. Talk about, can if a kid's struggling at the plate, can we find another kid that might go out there and be able to play defense, but obviously give us an offensive lift a little bit. So everything's always being evaluated all the time. That's about as far as I want to go into it, but we talk as a coaching staff all the time. Um, so things can happen, things can change. It's not set in stone. So you got to go out and you got to perform. And it can't be just we don't look on making changes. I'm not a knee jerk guy. I'm not going to make a change because of one game. Baseball's hard. You can go 0 for 4. It's hitting to me is the hardest thing to do in sports. So I mean, you can go 0 for 4. But I mean, we're going to go back 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and we're going to look at your average and see how you've been hitting the ball and what kind of at bats you've had. And if you've been struggling a little bit, we're probably looking to try to, give you a break for a little bit, maybe let you, find it again. But we're going to look to go to somebody else, maybe for short term or long term. You got
Gotcha.
to.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Because, like you've always said, I've always heard you say, you got to get the best 9 bats going to the plate at any given game. How, in addition to the coaching and evaluating, is there a pretty good amount of peer evaluation? Do the guys work pretty well together at saying, hey, you might be able to do something different with this, whether it's
Oh,
batting,
yeah, I
fielding?
mean, our hitters talk to each other. They watch each other when they're hitting. Now we hit in groups, so they're probably working within their own group a lot. But when I'm there talking to hitters, I'm always around the cage talking to hitters, and I'm hitting some fungo usually, getting guys extra ground balls during batting practice. But we're talking, and I hear them talk. Hey, you're dropping your hands. Hey, shorten, widen out your stance a little bit, shorten your stride. So they're talking to each other, which you want to hear. You want to hear guys, helping their teammates out. So yeah, it's really good.
Do you ever hear them repeating things that you or the other coaches are saying to each other?
Sometimes it makes you feel really good when they do.
I
You're like,
bet so.
oh, they're listening. So yeah,
Definitely.
it does. It makes you feel good. For the most part, they're really good. Like I said, I coach the best kids in our school. That's my true feeling. And you know, for the most part, they've been pretty coachable this year. I mean, as in they'll try to do the things we ask them to do, and it's been a lot of fun coaching this group.
Good. All right. So this is the final series of regular season. How do you and the other coaches keep the players focused as much as possible on this game tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and then there's a game Friday night, and not looking beyond that.
Well, I hope that, we try to keep them focused just by being honest with them, telling them that, this can change seeding depending on what happens. The loss against Bowie hurt. Um,
Sure.
but if we can sweep South, that it's going to force a seeding game with South. Will be on a Saturday probably, and it's supposed to be rain, so it could possibly go to Monday. But you're talking, it could change the seeding of where you sit and who you play in the playoffs. So it's very, very important. And hopefully, they're young men, and this is towards the end of the season. So hopefully, they understand it, which I think they do, and they're going to take it serious and they're going to focus.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what else do you have to add that we haven't discussed so far? Anything?
No, I mean, we say it every time, but I got a great booster club. Couldn't do it without them. I mean, the stuff they do and the money they raise for our program and the things they do for the boys, just outstanding. Got such a great booster club. Excited about this series, excited about, the playoffs. I sometimes I don't say it enough, because as a coach, you're always trying to fix what you did wrong. But I got really good kids. These players are good baseball players and they're really good kids. And it makes it a lot of fun to coach them. Sometimes I feel like, like I said before, I'm demanding. I'm a demanding coach, but sometimes I feel like, as a coach, you can not weigh on the positives as much as you should because you're trying, like I said, fix the negatives. But got a great group of kids and I love them and they're awesome.
It is a great bunch of guys on all three of the teams. And, I think that says a lot about you as the coaches because I know, they are what they are, but y'all are helping to refine them into young men. You're teaching them life lessons as well as lessons that, go out on the baseball field. Um, One thing I wanted to plug as well on the Booster Club is, and we've said this before at times, but don't know that we can overstate Doug and Angela McKay. My goodness, what they do for the concession stand and, pulled pork one night, Taco Tuesdays, and brisket and all these different things and coming up with little promotion type things and then the Booster Club coming out with the first pitch ceremonial first pitch with some whether it's an all player or a teacher. I mean, it's really adding to a lot of stuff there.
Oh, most definitely. They do an incredible job. We want the community to come out. We want them to enjoy it. We want them to embrace Lamar High School and the baseball program and, embrace all the sports and all the programs at Lamar High School. We have a great high school and, great Coach Skinner, Coach Woodman, great athletic coordinators. Just very fortunate to be there and very fortunate to coach the kids that I coach. And we want the community to embrace it and come out here and be a part of it.
Definitely so. Well, I guess one last final call. Anything else that we need to discuss before we sign off this week?
No, you need to be safe driving though.
Thank,
Take
thank you.
care
Just so
and
everyone knows, I am safe in a parking lot in the shade of a hotel building in Crockett. I definitely wouldn't do this driving. But
now,
thank you for the well wishes.
I can't say enough good things about, the kids that I coach and the parents and the booster club and you. Just very fortunate to be where I'm at.
Well, I feel very fortunate to play the small part that I play and be associated with it all. Also, the guys are so nice. You and the coaches are so nice. So it's a great experience. All right.
Thank you for what you do.
Well, you're very welcome. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up until next time. And we'll be talking about playoffs in about a week or so. So until next time, I'm Bill Frawley with head Viking baseball coach Paul Kino saying VFND.
Bye, everybody.